Executive Director, Interbao Construction Limited, she regarded herself as constructpreneur based on her activities in the building capacity in the construction sector. A conversation Q&A with Mrs. Doris Mbadiwe reveals the inner strength of a woman of purpose. One of the leading insurance firms in Nigeria started off operation over 60 years ago and still waxing strong with innovative products including health insurance. On our focus segment of Inside Business, we speak with the Managing Director of Prestige Assurance PLC, Mr. Howe, on the company's offerings. Orji Ogbonnaya Orji, Commissioner for Information, Ebonyi State, speaks on infrastructure development of the engineer Dave Umahi-led administration in that state. Plus, Inside Business Africa business news around Africa in 5 minutes. This is Inside Business Africa, Africa's business news and information leader. Hello, a very good day to you and thanks for joining us. My name is Kenneth Odushola Stevenson and this is Inside Business Africa, Africa's business news and information leader. Like you may have heard on the highlight, we'll be talking then with a very important personality on our Q&A section of today's Inside Business Africa. Mrs. Doris Mbadiwe will be speaking about her purpose and lifetime's achievement as a CEO and also as Executive Director of Interbao Construction Nigeria Limited, one of the major players in the construction sector in Nigeria. We'll talk about all this when we come back right after this commercial break.
For some people, the workplace is without fun, but not for our head of admin, Laolu. With him, there's no dull moment, even when it means attending to so many support requests in a day. Today was quite a workload, and his body seems to be responding with fatigue. It's obvious he needs care, but the closest hospital is quite a distance. Aha! He remembers his HMO has a solution for these kinds of situations. With his smartphone, he had a chat with a qualified doctor using the THT telemedicine app and got his prescription delivered to him. A few minutes later, Laolu is back, ready to take on the world again, thanks to THT. Total Health Trust, working together to make Nigeria healthier. Terms and conditions apply.
Welcome back. You're still Inside Business Africa, Africa's business news and information leader. Thanks for staying with us. Indeed, we are going to start the edition of today's program with our focus segment of the program. You can imagine an insurance firm that started way before Nigeria's independence, and it actually has been waxing strong and with innovative products and services, offering major insurance and underwriting businesses. And indeed, you can imagine doing business with Prestige Assurance PLC, claim settlement, you need to go to sleep because this company is prompt in terms of addressing those issues. And you can imagine also that a company that have operated for this number of years has also garnered enough experience. Hence, they are also offering a very important product in the health sector, health insurance. And that's why we are talking about that today as part of our conversation on the health insurance and also the companies that are offering health insurance, especially within this period of the pandemic and also other health issues. The Managing Director and Chief Executive of Prestige Assurance PLC, Mr. Saho, will be joining us in just 1 second to discuss this and many more. Let me use this opportunity to welcome Mr. Saho to Inside Business Africa and also to thank you very much for doing well. The AGM will be coming up very soon, and which means that you're going to be declaring a very important result to the shareholders and also the management and the board of that particular organization. Let's start from the beginning. Let's look at the offerings, Mr. Saho, precisely from Prestige Assurance PLC in terms of operations in the insurance industry.
We are a non-life insurance company. We insure everything. In New India Assurance, we have a code. You name the risk, we insure it. We insure from Alpine to aeroplane, including the satellites. So all the products, we only don't cover the natural deaths. Otherwise, accidental death of human being is also covered by us. So for us, every risk is insurable. We are there for that. We are ready to make a customized product, but it depends upon the rates and terms. So that's it. We offer all range of non-life insurance products, including health insurance product, which was not offered by any of the general insurance company in Nigeria. Prestige is the only company which is offering it.
Now to the major topic why we are here today and speaking with you at this very moment. The pandemic has taken a toll on nations, and not before the pandemic, health has always been an issue globally. And that's why you have World Health Organization. And most importantly also, that's why people take insurance. And to that extent, and the yearning of the general public, you've created a very important health policy, what you call Mediclaim Policy. Could you tell us about that particular brand and the products and what it does and how people can take benefit from this?
Globally, health insurance is a prime product across the globe, and in India it is also one of the major products. It is the largest portfolio in India now, health insurance portfolio. As a part of New India Assurance, 3 years back, we thought of bringing that health insurance product to Nigeria to cater the needs, health insurance needs in Nigerian public. We have developed the product in the line with New India Assurance health products. But the additional benefits are, it not only takes care of the treatment in Nigeria, it also takes care of the treatment in India also. The thing is that in our policy, we are only covering the hospitalization expenses. But in Nigeria, the HMOs are giving the services which takes care of the OPD treatment as well as hospitalization, but it is specified to specific diseases and specific hospitals. But the difference in our product is, our product not only takes care of all the diseases, but also there is no bar regarding the hospital. It is only has a definition for the hospital which will fall under the category of hospital, but the patient has the right to go to any hospital of their choice. That is the beauty of it.
Well, Prestige, without sounding like a broken record, is one of the most important and respected insurance company in Nigeria in terms of claim settlement, because when it is genuine, you pay. And that is very important. Now, can you talk about claim settlement and what it means for Prestige Assurance PLC to the extent that you are regarded as the most preferred claim settlement insurance companies in Nigeria today?
Normally, this health insurance policy is a reimbursement mode of payment. When you are going to any hospital, you are getting a treatment, you pay the bill, come back, take an reimbursement. Along with that, we have tied up with around more than 30 odd hospitals in Lagos and in some places in Nigeria, wherein we give cashless benefits. When you talk of cashless benefit, it works like a beneficiary or a patient who is enrolled in the Mediclaim policy. He can go to that specific hospital where, with the evidence of the having a policy, he can approach the hospital. Hospital in turn will approach to us asking for a confirmation and approval for taking the treatment. In that case, the patient can get a cashless treatment without paying anything to the limit he has taken the policy. Beyond that, if any expenses is there, he has to pay to the hospital. But in India, we had tied with one of the TPA. In India, we call third-party administrators, TPA, who are lined up, who are what I will tell, they are tied up with various hospitals. They take care of the cashless facility. Once, suppose you want to go to India for a treatment and you want a cashless benefit treatment, then if you will go to the hospital will guide you and tell you that this is the TPA for this policy, third party administration. They will do on behalf of us the approvals, regulations, so that the patient will come out with a cashless treatment benefit without paying anything.
The Recapitalization Strategy that was announced about 2 years ago by the Nigeria Insurance Commission And Prestige Assurance PLC took it upon itself, because we remember in the last AGM last year, you actually announced about some right issues. And it must have gone through the necessary legal frameworks and also achievement and all of that. Now, yes, this has been suspended for now, but Prestige was working on it. What has been the success of that particular right issues? And in terms of recapitalization, what have you been able to achieve?
Prestige Assurance PLC has crossed the first phase of recapitalization scheduled by the NEITI. As at 31st December 2020, we had completed our first phase recapitalization, and we were at 6.626 billion paid up capital as against the 5 billion required by NEITI. In addition to that, there is the second phase of recapitalization, which advises us that we should be at 10 billion by end of September. But the issue is now sub judice. So there is a court case going on, but Prestige is well poised. From the board angle, from the New India angle, we have all decided that whether it is a matter of sub judice, whether NICOM insist for 10 billion or not, we should have 10 billion paid up capital as per the deadline given by NICOM. We are working on that. We have already started the process of bringing in another around 3.4 billion paid up capital by end of September. For that, the private placement exercise has already been started, and hopefully by September that exercise will be completed, and Prestige will be one of the well recapitalized general insurance company by end of this year.
Things are going very hard for many nations, and companies are being looked at as the next line of actions in terms of the next line of activities to assist nations and people, communities in terms of corporate social responsibilities, because it's becoming more and more difficult for governments and all the agencies of government to be able to meet their demand in terms of what they do and how they build capacity, and also be able to do some corporate social responsibility in relation to nation building. Can you talk about the corporate social responsibility initiative from the Prestige Assurance PLC's point of view and the actions you've been taking?
Specifically coming to COVID-19, we had participated in giving a financial support to the Nigerian federal government through Nigerian Insurance Association and NICOM. We have contributed financially, and we also, you may be aware that Indian community had put up a COVID-19 hospital in Nigeria. In last year when COVID was there, and there are so many isolation centers and COVID hospitals were required, Indian community came forward to set up an exclusive hospital for COVID-19 patients, and during that period the total project was around 140 million, and it was there in near the airport, and we had financially contributed for that, Prestige being a corporate. Even we are preparing to give our that new building to set up a hospital, because there are some other issues, it could not happen. And again, that hospital, which was created by the Indian community with support of all corporates, and Prestige was also a part of it.
With that said, Mr. Sahu, I want to thank you very much for being a partner in progress. Especially, we on Inside Business are partners in progress with Prestige Assurance PLC. For the last 25 years, thereabout, we've consistently been a partner in progress with Prestige Assurance PLC. We're reporting activities and the operations and the contributions of this very forward-looking insurance firm to the Nigerian economy. And hopefully, by the time the AGM is over, Inside Business will be covering it, and we're hoping to also be able to bring you the results and how the happy shareholders were able to listen to the management and board of Prestige Assurance PS. Mr. Sahu, thank you very much again for speaking to us on Inside Business Africa.
Thank you.
With that said about the corporate social responsibility by the Managing Director of Prestige Assurance PLC, when we come back right after this commercial break, we'll talk to a very important personality indeed in the construction industry, Mrs. Doris Mbadiwe. You had it on the highlight. And she'll be talking about her lifestyle, her contributions to the construction industry, and many more. Stay with Inside Business Africa. We'll be right back right after this time out. Welcome back. You're still Inside Business Africa, Africa's business news and information leader. Thanks for staying with us. Mrs. Doris Mbadiwe is the Executive Director of Interbao Construction Nigeria Limited, one of the top players, one of the top 20, if not top 10 in construction companies in Nigeria, doing exceedingly well in Nigeria. You need to see the projects, awesome projects across the country. The Executive Director is chatting with Inside Business Africa today in our Q&A segment of the program to talk about her time, her experience, and her contributions to the construction industry in Nigeria. Take a listen.
The major driving factor has been, God's grace, knowing the right decisions to make, knowing the right people to partner with, knowing the right people to work with. So that, all that just comes from the God factor, just being consistent, being competent in your role, just being the best that you can be, because it's all about excellence in everything that you choose to do or in any role you find yourself. I believe that wherever you find yourself, you should make the best of it. Sometimes we plan to do certain things and then the opposite happens. I don't think that's an excuse not to be good or, perform, your best in that role. So for me, I found myself in the construction and engineering industry, and I decided that I was going to be good at this. I was going to be good at my role as a director and manager and, of the company, of a construction outfit, and to gather as much knowledge as I could. So at the point where I joined the construction company, that was the point where I decided that, this is the place for me now. I don't know, it could change maybe 5 years from now. God may just decide, I think I've had enough of you now. Maybe go into another sector, or I need you to do something else. So wherever I am, I just try to own that role and be the best that I can be. It's the same, with, men and women, just the approach is just being focused, being committed, being dedicated to your work. Again, being competent in whatever role you find yourself or in what you're called to do. For me, I feel that if you're relevant, if you are good at what you do, if you're competent, even as a woman, it would be it's easier to deny gender or race and all of that, but it's not easy to deny competence. So if you're really good at what you do, regardless of your gender or race, you'll be very hard to be overlooked or relegated to the side. It'd be very difficult for anyone to just ignore you. So I would say for women, we should invest in ourselves. We should, engage in continuous self-development. Just being humble, just being somebody who just wants to learn. And the thing about learning is that you can learn from anybody and everybody. And that's part of just being humble. And then again, just embracing collaboration, embracing teamwork, because you can't get to the top alone. You need people who will help you. You need people who will encourage you. You need people who will support you. Well, I want to be remembered for being a God entrepreneur. I want to be remembered as a woman who just, performed, did her best, in the role that she was in. I want to be remembered for a woman who helped other women attain leadership positions and being the best that they can be, basically as a mentor. Yes, I just want to be remembered for being an encourager, just encouraging other women to succeed, to excel, to believe, in the impossible and just go for it. I think wherever you find yourself, be that one person that, the to-go person for the solution. Never be on the side of the problem. Being solution providers, to the world's problems and the problems of the community and family as well.
There you have it. Mrs. Doris Mbadiwe, a very important and a woman of substance indeed. Watch out. She's billed to speak in September at the Nigeria's Construction Industry Hall of Fame at the 6th edition of this biannual most prestigious event in the construction industry in Nigeria, initiated in 2011 by the architect Namadi Sambo, the former vice president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Will be driving this process, and it's been a success all the way. When we come back right after this commercial break, Orji Ogbonnaya Orji, the Information Commissioner for Ebonyi State, speaks. Take a listen to Mr. Orji Ogbonnaya Orji, the Commissioner for Information and Capacity Building, Ebonyi State, on the Dave Imahi's led administration in terms of infrastructure development in that state.
The governor of Ebonyi State, His Excellency Engineer Chief David Umahi, has got a very wonderful roadmap which he exploited in the course of his 5-year administration. So I'll be talking about what he has achieved within 5 years. In the first place, the governor has given us a wonderful road network, a total of 2,000 number plus kilometer road that he did, about 1,500 number state road he did, about 500 number kilometers federal road he did. The concept is a road construction with concrete pavement, which makes him about the first administration to have done that in the history of Nigeria. Today, Ebonyi State is a global village. Today, Ebonyi State can be accessed from any part. Whether you are coming from Enugu, you experience a smooth road. From Cross River, wonderful road. From Benue or even Abia State, beautiful road. And when you are coming into Ebonyi State, you'll be greeted with wonderful flyovers from any point of all of the states I've mentioned. And today, Ebonyi State has 13 number flyovers, beautifully adorned flyovers, making Ebonyi the next after Lagos and Abuja to have the highest number of flyovers. The governor also did a lot in bringing a lot of facilities that will trigger economic development. Apart from giving us a facelift that will make for creative industry and entertainment industry, talking about Africa's biggest light tunnel. It's a beauty to behold. It's the face of Ebonyi State. The governor also made sure that our such light towns and metropolis have been adorned with wonderful roundabouts and water fountains that you need to behold. So beautiful. Of course, with Africa's biggest water fountain located beside the light tunnel. Again, I want to say that the governor also did build Africa's biggest shopping mall. That was the statement of Mr. Bruce of Silverbird, who said he had traveled far and near, that he has never seen any mall as big as that in Africa. This is going to trigger economic development through creation of jobs, business opportunities for the teeming population indigenous and non-indigenous. We have the 8 national market. It's a concept that he did introduce. That national market is about the most beautiful in Nigeria, one of the biggest in the southeast. I can now tell you also that the governor is doing a lot to develop the health sector. Today we have an ongoing construction of Africa's biggest college of medicine. You need to see it in the screen and you will appreciate it. It is really a center of excellence for the treatment of heart diseases, liver problems, cancer, and all of that, with a center of excellence for the production of dialyzers. And it's going to be the first in Africa that will have such a center. And what it means that those diseases that normally take our big men, our big personalities out of the shores of the country, we will now have Ebonyi State as the alternative. And what it means that Ebonyi State will be a medical tourism for the rest of Africa. And this is really a concept that he did introduce. It's really a concept that you can never see anywhere in Africa.
Now let's go around the African continent in 5 minutes, looking at business, finance, and the economy and happenings around the continent. That's about all we have time for on Inside Business Africa for today. But that's not about all it is about Inside Business Africa, because you can also follow us on our social media handles to watch past episode and this current episode on that particular channel. All my social media channels, from Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and to LinkedIn. All these channels this program is available on those channels. So you can follow us. Also, write to us if you want some things done or some changes made in the program content. Please do communicate with us. Or if you want to take part on the program and to speak about any sector of the nation's economy in terms of business, finance, and the economy, also reach out to us. But don't forget, follow us on all our social media handles, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and many more. So you can also make contributions to Inside Business Africa's growth and development of the nation's economy. It's been Kenneth Odushola Stevenson presenting Inside Business Africa. Thank you again for watching. See you next time.